create a central entry point to the framework, the front controller. As we saw previously, having URLs mapping directly to scripts in folders in the file system is a bad idea because it can get unmaintainable. So we're not going to do that in the framework. Instead, every URL will go through the same file. This is known as using a front controller. Instead of mapping URLs to individual scripts, URLs map to actions inside controllers, but we'll discover more about controllers in the next section. So what is a front controller? Well, as we saw, the URL does not map to an individual PHP script. All requests are sent through one page, in this case index.php. And this is called a front controller. It provides a central entry point for all requests coming into our website. And it handles everything common to every request, deciding which controller and action to use, session handling, and so on. So where do we get the request from? Well, the request is in the query string. The query string is the part of the URL that comes after the first question mark. So everything after the first question mark here. And we can use this to decide where to route the request. In other words, which controller and which action. So the entire query string is going to be our request URL or route. So let's have a look at the changes to the code that I've made. So this is our index.php in the public folder that we had before, and all I've done is added a line to echo out the value of the current query string, and we get that from this server variable. So let's have a look at this in a browser. So here we have index.php in the browser, and now we can add a route to it, and that's our request URL or route. You might have something like this, or maybe even adding a page to it like that. So everything after the first question mark is our request URL or route. You can also remove index.php because by default index.php is the default file. So you can remove that and have your request in here like that. So everything after the first question mark is our request URL or route.